Om Shanti and a very good evening to all our participants. Am I audible to all of you? Yes, can somebody?
Yes, Didi. Yes.
All right, thank you. So we, it's a pleasure to welcome all of you for yet another refreshing monthly SiT retreat. As you all are aware that every second Saturday of the month, we have been conducting exclusive retreats for IT professionals. It's been 10 years now since we have started this journey, and it's been quite a while, and so many people have joined us on this journey and taken a lot of benefit out of these monthly retreats. So today we have with us Sister Sukanya, who has joined us all the way from San Francisco. Just to introduce you to Sister Sukanya. Sister Sukanya has been a meditation teacher at the Brahma Kumaris Meditation Retreat Center, San Francisco, from the last 30 years now, practicing Raj Yoga for 30 years. She has been conducting meditation workshops at corporations, universities, organizations. She served on the board of San Francisco Interfaith Council. She worked as a software in, I'm sorry, she worked as a software engineer in India and as well as abroad. So we are very fortunate to have with us Sister Sukanya. Thank you for joining us, Sister. A very warm welcome to you on behalf of the SiT team. And without taking much of your time, I hand over the mic to you. Om Shanti.
Thank you. Thank you, Sister Shivani, for hosting these sessions monthly, and also thanks for inviting to speak to this group of professionals. I feel that I am talking to my friends. I feel so connected with all of you. I was, uh, decades back, I was also working, and also I was a meditator at the same time. So that was very, very helpful. And so I'm sure you are all benefiting with these sessions in your personal life, professional life, social life, emotional life. This has been a very, very useful part of my life's journey. So I just have a sweet request. If it is possible, you can turn on your video so that we can connect face to face. Whoever is able to turn on. Thank you. So today's topic is resolving identity crisis. And I will speak for some time, and then I would like to listen to your views and also the question answer session at the end. Okay, so as we begin this session, I will like to start with a short meditation. So wherever you are seated, sit comfortably, and let us take a few moments of introspection. This is the time I have specially set aside for myself. And let me look at the self. Let me see how I go through my day, how I go through my life. When I find myself in situations that are very demanding, how do I behave with myself, with others? when I do not get along well with someone, what thoughts do I have about myself and the other person? You can come up with just one thought. How do I want people to see me? What do I want people to think about me? When I get up in the morning, how do I see myself? What thoughts do I have about myself? As I reveal myself, as I face myself, slowly I come back into the awareness of this space that I am in, this moment, this time, the room I am seated in. And here I am once again back into the role that I play, into the person that I am as people see me or people know me. Thank you. Thank you for taking this short trip to our own self. How was the journey to the self? How we see ourselves, how we want people to see ourselves, how we behave in um, demanding work situations, family situations. All of that helps us to know what I am, how I am, who I am, how do I see myself. I will start with a very real life experience, a very brief one. I was working for a startup in the Bay Area, in the San Francisco Bay Area. Um, and it was going on very well. Our project was taking off well, and we were working on the main product of the startup. And I was working on a module that would integrate with the heart of that product, which was called the engine. There was a point during the project that um, it had to be decided whether to carry on with this product or not. So it was a major decision. And one of the modules that was in the discussion was the engine and the integration with that. And so I was called to this meeting, which was going to be a decision making meeting in one of the series of such meetings. And all the C-level executives were in the room. and I was called in to make a presentation on what I was working on and how that would impact if it was altered in any way. And so here I was, I entered the room, and around this table, all the executives were sitting. The CEO was there, the CFO was there, the CTO was there, all the senior management, most of them were there. And all of them were Caucasian men, senior, all white men. And here I entered, the most junior of them all, a woman in brown skin, and I was seated and I was going to make a presentation there. As I entered, why I'm describing all of this is that as I entered the room, this was the immediate feeling I had because I was so engrossed with the project earlier, just before coming into the meeting room. And I enter in this atmosphere, environment, and I was asked to sit. And in that moment, this wave of such thoughts took over me, that what am I going to speak? I was so overwhelmed with just the presence of everyone. Rather, I made that happen to myself. I gave away my power to whatever externally I was seeing. And I completely lost my strength, my clarity. The preparation I had made for the presentation was just zero. I was blanked out. And I said, this is not going to work. In that moment, everyone was looking at the documents, at the papers everyone had, studying about the presentation and about the discussion that was on the agenda. Everyone had their heads down looking at their paper. In that moment, I looked around the room. I looked at everyone. First, I looked at myself and I brought myself to the self, to that spiritual, powerful inner spark that I am. I said to myself, I am this spiritual energy, this living being of pure strength. And then I looked around in each one's spark, center of the forehead. And I said, each one of these is a very powerful spark, just like me. Our costumes are different. The color of everything external is different. A position is different. But everyone is that spiritual energy of life, and that connects us all together. Just this one thought, few seconds of looking around at each one of them, and I was back in my power, in my strength, and I did the presentation very, very easily, very clearly, answered all the questions, and that was that was it. That was wonderful. And I looked back, I went back to the space I would sit normally. And I said, wow, that was quite revealing. How 1 second of amnesia can overtake a person's ability to perform. But I was glad that in the next second, I was able to come back into my power because I knew I knew the anchor to hold on to, and that anchor was the spirituality. And all of this, although I described, it took me a few minutes to describe this, but all of this must have happened in a minute or two. But it felt like such a long time when I was going through that emotion. So this happens to all of us at different times. I have heard for myself when I was standing somewhere once, I overheard someone saying that, "Who is that dark, skinny one?" For that was the comment for me. And then I have also heard people saying to me that, "Sister, you should try your luck in Hollywood. They always look for people with a brown tan, and you have such a beautiful tan." So we keep hearing these comments, either a very positive comment or a negative comment, either a very encouraging comment or very discouraging comment. And it would be about that same personality trait that we may have, or the same quality that we may display in one situation differently and in another situation differently. And so here we are with ourselves and we ask, who am I really? Am I the one how this person sees me, as not so efficient? Or am I that other person, how people see me as very well organized? Who am I? There was again a point where a group of us had joined together as trainees. And one of my peers was given a responsible position in a project. The same project we were working on, we got trained on the same project at the same time. And um, within a few weeks, this peer of mine was given a responsible position. And I wasn't even asked, I wasn't even appraised or anything like that. And so I felt that, oh, maybe I'm not performing well enough. Maybe I have to present myself differently. I don't know. How come I wasn't even considered in this for this role? And after a few weeks, I was I was made a leader for on-site coordination. And so there I was, and I felt that, oh, looks like I am performing well. I'm doing very well. And so I was considered for this leadership position and not this other peer of mine. And so we keep going on through waves upon waves, ups and downs and ups and downs. We keep we keep doing that to ourselves. We keep having such thoughts. Who am I? What am I? Am I good enough? Am I not so good enough? So there life goes by, and we keep relating to the people we know, the people we love very dearly, the people we live with. We keep relating to them through these filters, how we are seeing ourselves. And that becomes another interesting dynamics, that if I feel myself to be superior, I am happy and I want others to treat me as a superior, someone who is performing well, someone who is so efficient, someone who is so well respected in the office. So you got to respect me as well. And the family that I am with, my close friends, they are saying that, oh, you are the same person for us. You are our dearest mother, dearest father, dearest brother, dearest sister, and that's about it. We don't see you as someone who is, performing or not performing, nothing like that. And so there the struggle begins, that here people don't respect me in my own home, and in the office I am so well respected, and vice versa as well. you know and so we often keep looking at ourselves as something that belongs to the external identity that we carry. Either we keep looking at ourselves as the position we are in, and so accordingly is our behavior. But the moment someone else comes and starts to perform a little bit better than myself, I see that one being more favored than me. Immediately, where does my happiness go? I'm still holding that position, but I start to feel threatened. I start to feel that, oh, what is this person up to? This person is performing well. This person is more, knows more than I do. This person has such good skills, people skills, work skills, talents. And so, what will happen to me now? He will be or she will be considered for a better position than me, or this person is now getting more respect than me. So I feel that threat to my existence in that company and in my life, because this is what we equate with. I equate myself with my position. I equate myself with the respect I am receiving from people, that this is what I am. And when I do not receive that, when that changes even slightly, this insecurity starts to build within me. And that insecurity then starts to dictate my behavior, my interaction with people, and also my speech. What am I talking about others now, as I feel insecure, as I feel threatened? And all of this, if we look at the dynamics of what is going on, all of this is because I, as a person, has associated myself with something that is external: position, wealth, family name. I belong to a great, a great family. I belong to a business family that has quite a name in the community. I relate, I associate myself with the looks, with my nationality. And if we look at all of these aspects, and the list is long, list is so long. If I take a minute, I step out of all of this and I just look at this person, that what thoughts does this person have about themselves? I just step out of my life for a few moments and I look at myself leading my life. I look at Sukanya and I start to understand what thoughts this person has about themselves. How does this person relate? What has this person given power to lead their life? Has this person given power to the position they are in? Has this person given power to how people relate to them, what people speak to them? Let me introspect. Let me look at this person, and we will start to understand ourselves. That how do I really see myself? How do I really perceive myself? And the most important question in life is, what do I think I am? What do I think I am? The books of philosophy, the books of spirituality, books of religion can say that I am a soul, I am Atma, I am spark of the divine, whatever the books may say. And we would have heard, especially born in India, brought up in India, we all hear these, we are exposed to this wonderful knowledge, wonderful truths of life from such an young age. But it just passes by, this knowledge just passes by. And we keep going through life, looking at life very differently than this truth. And the most important thing in life, you may have heard it over and over many times. The most important thing, the most important person in your life, around whom your life revolves, who is that person? Someone who is so important to you. Your life revolves around this person. Do you have such a person in your life around whom your life revolves? Your life is designed around this person. This is the one person that matters the most to you. Who is that person? Can someone unmute and say, I'm sure you know the answer. You must have heard many times, but it's a very good revision. No, these sessions are wonderful. Monthly, you have yourself, someone, Shabir has replied, self, which is so true. Sometimes when we have sessions and this answer comes up that you matter the most to you, your life is revolving around yourself. And they say, isn't this being selfish? That even to say this, even to think about ourselves like this, that my life is revolving around myself. Isn't this being so selfish? But if you look at yourself, this is what we all do. This is what is happening. We do things that we like. You are in the profession that you like because you like it. If you did not like it, you would be thinking of changing it. So, who is the most important here in making this decision? which is the most important factor? It is the self. You know, you do some community service. Why do you do that community service? Because it gives you happiness. You know, it is all about what I like, what I think about myself, that is defining my life. That is where I am taking my life's story towards. And here I am associating myself with everything around me, or everything that is external to me. That is what is defining me. That's what I think. And what is the nature of everything that is around me, including this body that is external to me, this body that I am living in, and everything that comes along with it. Our education, position, name, even the name that we carry for ourselves, that is also external, given to us. That is given to us. We didn't come with it. The religion that the family follows, and eventually we adopted that same religion, probably, it is external. The country that I was born in, external. Everything is external. And so the nature of whatever is external, the natural nature of that is that it is subject to change. It is a changing landscape all around. So if I associate with anything that is outside of me, including the body, that association can last for just that moment. In that moment, it could give me pleasure. In that moment, it could be a source of strength. And anything external could be another person as well. In that moment, I may feel I am receiving so much love, respect from this person. But it would last only for that moment. In the next moment, the scene will be different. Rather, there is a very high probability that it will change. If not in the next moment, perhaps in few hours, perhaps in few weeks, perhaps in few years. That scene, that person, that position, that education that I had, I was so proud of, that will have a different meaning. And so then, where do I find myself? So, all these associations to the external last for sure for that moment. That's all. So, let us understand that everything external has its own nature of changing, constantly changing. They say that it is the only thing constant in this world. Change is constant. And if we look at ourselves, we need that reference point, no? Reference point of identity. Why this exercise keeps going on in our life? Because for sure we need this identity. We need to know who I am. That is our starting point. And then we relate to others through that. As I see myself, I will see others. That is, again, so natural. That is how it is. And we need to know what I am, who I am. We need to know. That is our anchor in life. And that is what designs our life. So, introspecting the self, just looking at how all of this is going on, how I am relating to everything, including the self. When we have a overview of all of this, then we find that however I identify myself, whatever I associate with to define myself externally, through that, either I receive strength, power. Huh? Position gives power. This much wealth I have, if I associate with that, that gives me the feeling of power. I know such and such influential people, that gives me a sense of power. You know, I I see myself as buying things for these um, children in the slum area, and in return, I feel loved. So, what am I looking at? I'm constantly looking at experiencing love, respect, strength, power, peace, happiness, courage. Again, another facet of power, another facet of strength. Gentleness, another facet of love. I look for care. I do so much for you, so I expect you to do so much for me. I look for care, you know. So, however I am defining myself, identifying myself, looking at something else, I want to experience these qualities constantly. That is why I am looking at something out there, someone out there. But this is the one common thing that each one of us is doing. Just as I am looking for love, respect, care, so is this other person. So is everyone around. Just as I look for strength, power, inner power, so are other people looking out for the same. And that is just because this is what I am. I am an energy of all of these qualities. And so I express these qualities and I want to experience these qualities. It's a simple psychology of everyone. And if we understand this, we will understand people very well. We have understood everyone. That every one of us is a life energy of these qualities. What am I made of? I am made of these qualities. I am these qualities. I am. these qualities. I just have to keep expressing these qualities through whatever role I play, in whichever scene I find myself in, with whoever I am. I know that I am the source of these qualities. I am a living energy of these qualities. So, all I have to do is to keep bringing these qualities, keep behaving using these qualities. I have to speak using these qualities because this is what I am. I am not anything else. And so is this other person as well. And when I start doing that, I take my dependency off from everything external. I am not dependent on anything that is changing, but now my anchor is what I truly am, what I have total control on, and what will never change. That is what I hold on to now. You know, and so we go through this process of introspection. This is what is meditation. In meditation, we we are not denying ourselves. We are not philosophizing knowledge, but we are looking at ourselves as we are in this moment and then exploring our journey as the spiritual knowledge is guiding us. Let me experiment with the spiritual knowledge, and that helps us knowing ourselves. This is the foundation, this is the starting point, this is the journey, and this is the destination. Knowing who I am very clearly, independent of anything external. Can I define myself? Can I know myself as that entity? Okay, so with these thoughts, let us have a few moments of contemplation. I see myself going through this journey of life, story of life. I see the self as one of the characters in this story, the main character. And look at your own self as you are going through in life. I see this character taking on different roles throughout the day as years go by. This character has different roles to play, but these are just roles for some time. And then there is another role, then there is another role. But that being that is playing this character is the same. And this being brings the inner qualities through this character and through the roles played. This being is the being of spiritual energy, the spark at the third eye location in the center of the forehead, the divine spark, child of God, the Supreme One. This life energy, spiritual energy, the self, is the energy of peace. And this character brings peace, harmony in the relations, in interactions with people and things. This divine spark is the energy of love, and this character portrays love, respect, and understanding, coming in contact with many others. This being is a being of strength. And this character images that through courage, through determination, through willpower, the roles change, time changes, situations, circumstances change. But these qualities this character portrays are the same. And so this character is me, the character I play. And the self is that being, the divine spark, the energy, the eternal energy of the qualities that life is made of, to make it so beautiful, to make it a memorable experience, pleasant experience for everyone. This is the starting point, this is the journey, and this is the destination. Om Shanti. Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Sukanya Ben, for such a wonderful, insightful session. And of course, I know many of you might have got beautiful insights into this topic of ours today, which is about the self, the true identity. Very beautifully explained, and with a lot of uh, patience, I could see that sister was going into this topic. So thank you so much for sharing your thoughts. And I would suggest if anybody has any question, you can please unmute yourself and ask Sister Sukanya, or you can write it in the chat box. That's also fine. So we'll take a minute to acknowledge your questions before we conclude our session for today. Anybody has any questions? It could be related to today's topic, or it could be related in general in your personal life. That's also okay. I think this group is free from all questions. So, yes, I hear somebody speaking. Okay, so